President Donald Trump calling off a tariff war and claiming victory after Washington and Mexico struck a deal in the battle over border security. The president hailed the last-minute deal to avoid next week's tariffs that Trump himself had threatened on all goods coming from Mexico. 5% tariffs were set to come into effect on Monday to pressure Mexico to stop the flow of Central American migrants crossing to the United States.
They're letting millions of people walk up through their country, and they shouldn't let anybody walk up through their country.
There were fears the tariffs could hurt U.S. businesses and consumers on everything from the price of avocados and alcohol to car parts. But Trump called off his tariff threat on Twitter, announcing Mexico had agreed to crack down on migration. He wrote in part, "Mexico will try very hard, and if they do that, this will be a very successful agreement for both countries." The deal was announced after Mexican officials and the Trump administration emerged from 3 days of frantic negotiations.
Mexico will take unprecedented steps to increase enforcement to curb irregular migration.
Mexico agreed to a show of force, sending thousands of troops to its southern border with Guatemala. In return, the U.S. will have to process asylum claims on its own soil.
I think it's a fair balance because they have more drastic measures and proposals at the start, and we reach some middle point.
The deal with Mexico leaves Trump fighting just one tariff war. Today, Trump's Treasury Secretary urged China to return to the table in the dispute over trade and technology or face more tariffs. He says the U.S. is prepared to slap tariffs up to 25% on another $300 billion worth of Chinese products. But it will all depend on the outcome of President Trump's meeting with the Chinese president, set for later this month on the sidelines of the G20 summit.